Whatever happened to normal? You remember, a normal political economy with reasonable growth, real wage increases, interest rates around 4 or 5%, and a democratic process that sort of works. Of course, many people were excluded, and it was very far from perfect, but at least it seemed normal. In 2008, the global financial crisis blew this economic system up. Yet, more than 10 years on, inequality is still on the rise, wages are stagnant, interest rates are very low, and populism is gaining new ground. How can we make sense of the disappearance of normal politics and economics? And what does it mean for the future of our economy and our democracy? Exceptionalism commonly refers to leaders suspending normal liberal democratic rights in response to major security threats. But it can also be used for economic crises. When crises pose serious challenges for stability, political leaders may use exceptionalism to respond. These exceptional measures may sometimes be necessary, but they deserve extra scrutiny because they suspend democratic rights and processes. This exceptionalism takes two main forms. The first, emergency exceptionalism, is used to respond to a temporary crisis. For example, in the 1930s, U.S. President Franklin Roosevelt responded to the Great Depression by using the Trading with the Enemy Act. And in the 1970s, British Prime Minister Edward Heath invoked a state of emergency and imposed a 3-day workweek to respond to a miners' strike. The second, technocratic exceptionalism, is subtler. It seeks to limit democratic oversight on a longer-term basis over specific areas of economic life. For example, because of the fear that voters will push for inflationary policies, central banks are able to set interest rates, which have a huge effect on people's lives, with very little democratic oversight. Both forms of exceptionalism played a major role in the aftermath of the 2008 global financial crisis. Political leaders rushed through legislation, bailed out big companies, adopted negative interest rates, and pursued austerity measures. As the crisis wore on, emergency forms of exceptionalism have given way to more technocratic forms. These exceptional measures are no longer temporary and are sowing the seeds of the next global economic crisis. A decade on, normal still seems a very long way away. By understanding how we got here, we can also start asking new questions, such as, what is normal after all? What should a normal democratic economy look like? And how do we go about building one?